Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. That's right, I am Ace, and you're watching another edition of Roundtable, except tonight, that's right, we moved it to a different night. But let me introduce the people that are going to be on Roundtable tonight. Go ahead and start out with nothing. It's that man and Crispy Bacon. How you doing tonight, Mr. Crispy Bacon?
Doing good. Doing good. How's everybody doing tonight?
Fantastic. And then, of course, he's back. The John Alcorn. How you doing?
We're good, man. I don't care if it's the Hall of Fame game tomorrow or the Hall of Turd show. We're glad to finally have some football back on, and we're good. And Steve Sarkisian of Texas Longhorns, you better be hearing me week 1, and I'll be screaming your name to make sure to get your attention and for some trash talk.
Well, we're definitely ready for it. And then, of course, tonight, what the heck? He's making his debut on Roundtable. He goes by All Hail King Big B. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I've been out in family vacay for a while, celebrated my 9-year wedding anniversary today, so why not come on and close the night out on Roundtable?
What the heck? Right? You might as well, right?
Yep.
And then of course, making her debut tonight also, All Hail Queen Joe. How
Hi,
you
gentlemen.
doing tonight?
I'm doing well. It's like the Knights of the Round Table. We got the King and Queen and the Knights. So happy anniversary.
Yeah, now we just need Randy for the Joker.
Don't make fun of Randy. Don't make fun of Big B like that. He's not a princess.
Oh,
So we already got a comment. Randy's listening in, so it's full circle.
Yeah.
We have the gang's all here.
oh, and then John's also saying, "What's up, y'all?" So, what's up, y'all? All right, you're from
What's
South,
up,
y'all.
John?
First
Y'all.
of all, no, that's not how I say things. And no, we don't ride horses here besides Mustangs.
All
Or
right,
some
all
trucks
right.
or something.
And Randy Cox saying, "Hey, hey, hey," and I think it was coming back to that comment that John wanted to make before. But so Big B. So
Yeah.
since you're kind of new here on Roundtable, since this is your first show on Roundtable,
Yeah.
you want to give our viewers a little bit of your backstory, just a little bit.
Sure. Minnesota, I mean, if you guys see me on Coast to Coast, you most likely know that. So I root for the hometown teams, but again, overall, I'm just a sports fan. Played baseball most of my life. Had a couple rookie tryouts with the Twins, if anybody cares about that. Outside that, I love mostly music and kind of an open book as much as I can be. So let's roll.
All right, and then of course we have Queen Joe here tonight. So with you, whatever you want to tell your viewers about you on Roundtable, go ahead and let them know.
Well, first I want to say, Brandon, I do care about that. I never heard. I'm learning stuff tonight. I didn't know that you were had a tryout with the Twins. I think that's amazing. Very impressive. So that's a privilege and an honor to know that. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, no
I'm
problem.
kind of I'm a jack of all trades, and really this podcasting thing is really my primary gig now. I really started out because I became a fan of the Coast to Coast Gentlemen, and I'm honored to be part of the team, and they invited me in, and that's really my prime focus. I'm a mom and that too, but I'm an author. I'm a speaker, and now I'm dedicated to these guys. So that's my main gig right now.
So if you don't mind, what book did you write?
So I've written many things, but I haven't written a full piece. I have written part of a compilation book about leadership, and there was actually 60 authors in that. And I am writing a book, another story, family history with. If I don't know if anybody caught my earlier show with Rocco, who's going to be doing a football handicapping show, but we're working in a collaborative effort to write a book about our family history. As our grandfather was a really dynamic gentleman. He was a bartender at a famous bar in New York City, and people like Marilyn Monroe would come in, and Bing Crosby, and he was very gregarious and a popular bartender. But behind the scenes, he was an alcoholic, and he was really a difficult guy to live with. So he would come home from New York City. We lived about 3 hours from there, and he was nice to the customers, so he wasn't so nice to his family, and really addiction kind of pervaded throughout our family. And we were going to write a compilation piece about how addiction impacted individuals throughout our family's history. So we're still working on that. So that's something to look forward to, and hopefully we'll be able to share it with you over the course of the next couple months.
All right. Thank you for that, Joe. Now, with that, we're going to start off on kind of a funny note, as I like to say. So basically, we're just going to kind of go around the room a little bit and tell us if something funny happened to you this week. Give us a little bit of a funny story. And Crispy Bacon, I'm going to start with you. Was there something funny that happened to you? Do you have a funny story for us?
I don't right now. I think of one maybe back then, but I don't have one right now.
You have nothing for us, okay? Big B.
God, I don't know. I mean, my son thinks it's funny. So we went on vacation this week, and where we went to had, I think, 3 or 4 different mini golf courses. So we went to one, and he's he's 7, going to be 8 later this month, and he's kind of a big, talker. Oh, I'm going to get a hole in one because he did it last year. So we got to the final hole, and typically mini golf, the 18th hole is always the hardest one. He's like, I'm going to get a hole in one. I go, okay, fine, I'll bet you. He's like, fine, fine, $1 for a hole in one. I'm like, okay. So of course he's up first, and he gets a hole in one, and he's just jumping around. And I told you, Dad, I was going to get a hole in one. All this. So he's a little competitive kid. I mean, it makes me laugh. So I mean, Ace, I know you got some little ones running around, and anytime they do something cute, it's kind of funny. So that's probably the biggest thing that happened to us. That's biggest thing that happened this weekend.
No, I feel you. I'm definitely right there with you. We actually played a giant game of wiffle ball during camping. We actually played twice,
nice.
And it was pretty fun. My youngest son, I could tell he was getting tired, and he's 5 years old, and so he was. I could totally tell because he's like doing his whole little I want to hit the ball. So he like hits the ball, and then he starts running towards first base, but he's like carrying the bat at the same time. And I was like, you have to drop it. And he's like, no, it's mine. It's mine. It's mine. And he's running to first base. I was like, you have to drop it. And he's like, no. And I was like, all right. Yeah, it was just it was funny. It was funny. But John, do you have a funny story for us?
I think I've told y'all with funny story. I don't have one for this week, but I've told you my past camping stories or other things or getting lost in foreign countries. So unfortunately, I don't have it this week, but you never know what's going to happen.
All right. How about you, Joanna?
So I don't know if it's funny, but so I consider myself a fairly easygoing person, but I'll say that I went driving with my 17-year-old son, and it was a harrowing experience. I was doing all I could. He has his permit to just keep my cool, but we have the side view mirror, and when you're getting too close to a car and the light beeps up, so he's in the middle lane. I said to him, you got to move over a little bit, the light's going on. So instead of moving over to the left, he just veered into that lane and pulled into a parking lot, and we just narrowly escaped a car accident. So it was,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So teaching, I can tell you, I'm not cut out to teach. I have 2 more sons coming up the pike after him, and I'm not going to be cut out to teach them to drive.
I guess you say it's funny now, but it may not have been
Yeah.
funny at the time, right?
It wasn't. And then
That's usually how
afterwards,
stuff like that. It's like it
He-
wasn't fun
yeah.
then.
he's
it is
taking
now.
he's taking his driver's test next week, and he's supposed to be practicing all week. He said, "Yeah, I'm not going to go out with you again. It's no fun." And I was thinking, yeah, I'm thankful for that, but I hope he's going to be able to pass. We'll see how it goes.
And look who's here, Isaiah. He is now commenting. He's leaving a comment of 5 stars. So, okay, thank you,
Is that for
Isaiah.
Is that for how many games the Lakers plan on winning this year?
No, that's
or-
how many times Michigan's lost against Ohio State since Harbaugh took
I don't know.
over.
Oh, there you go. He's a Michigan fan? Oh, dude.
Isaiah is, yeah.
Well, I should have guessed. I
Fan.
mean, he's a fan of 90% of the teams in all sports, so.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, with
yeah.
Isaiah, you never know who he's a fan of. He says he's a fan of this team, but then he's like, "Oh, I bought this jersey now or this jersey." So you never really know. It's good old Isaiah. But we're gonna go to something that John really, really enjoys. And so whenever John is on here,
Oh, no. It's not what you
I
think
like-
it would be. It's not that bad.
no, but because John loves to tell camping stories, right?
Oh.
And so since I just got back from a camping trip, I know you love it, John. You've had multiple camping stories in the past.
They're gross.
have.
I don't know.
You have. And so since we're talking about camping, we can all just give a funny camping story, a little bit about your life in camping. So with this one, you know what? Joanna, we're going to go ahead and start out with you. Do you have a funny camping story for us?
Well, I mean, how is it? Is it a PG-13 show?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
All right, so I haven't been camping very often in my life, but I will say, early in my 20s, when I went camping, and I had a little bit of fun in the outhouse. I will say that, and that's probably my funniest camping story. I'll leave it at that.
Wow, that was an unexpected term. Okay.
Let's say this isn't like a Hallmark or anything else here. I thought this was like a sports channel here. Come on, just kidding.
No, we're
Yeah.
sports. We're sports and life and everything in between. That's a little bit of everything in between.
having fun in an outhouse, that would be the most interesting place that I would come around and think about, to be like, you want to mess around in an outhouse. To come to think about it, I'm like, wow, okay.
It's tough. We were with a group of 20 somethings. It was tough to find any privacy. So I was much more adventurous when I was a little bit younger.
I mean, it smells like warm sharts in there. I don't know how romantic that is, but
You know what, John?
There was a lot of alcohol involved too, John. It wasn't like a typical.
it
wasn't a porta
It's
potty.
poop.
And it was.
I'm sorry, but poop is poop. I don't care like if you put Roman candles.
And it's the women's room. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, but women's short too, right? I mean, it goes through the same place.
Anyway, Big B, do you have a funny story for us?
Yeah, I was out camping with a few years ago, or a while ago now actually, and with my aunt, uncle, and some other friends. Get ready for bed. I'm laying in the tent. All of a sudden, this big glow of light comes on. I'm like, what the heck? Who turned on the car light or something? Open up the tent, and my aunt is throwing wood on top of wood and a little bit of gasoline to get the fire going, and blow, has a big flame going. I go, what the heck is going on? She's like, I'm cold. I'm just like, well, we're trying to sleep. But, yeah, she had a good 7-foot flame going, I would say, if not higher.
All right, so let's get to a few of these comments that we have going here. We have Randy Cox saying Isaiah is a bandwagon jumper. Randy's also saying that no camping stories from me. That is completely false, Randy. Do not make me make me do this to you.
Do it.
Do not make me do
I'll
it
pay
to
you
you.
$5 if you do it.
Okay, and then we have Isaiah who's saying any space on that cowboy bandwagon.
Bandwagon,
Oh my
they would
God.
have to be good to have a bandwagon.
Right.
So
And then Christy Wilson, the only thing I like to do on a camping trip is roast marshmallows and make s'mores. I mean, who doesn't? You know, who does not enjoy a good old fashioned s'more during camping? That's one of the best things. But let me ask you a question: when you guys are roasting your marshmallows, how do you like them? Yeah, I'm saying, how do you like them? Because some people go they have to have them burnt. Then some people like to have them like golden, kind of that golden brown on both sides. You know, so Chris, how do you like your marshmallow? Do you like it golden brown? Do you like it burnt?
I don't mind a little burnt. I just don't want like almost like charcoal burnt. But
He likes it crispy. What do you mean?
Crispy. I like it.
Yeah.
It has to be golden brown like my hair when I was a kid. It has to, because if you get that burnt, it ruins the whole marshmallow for me. Because remember, you still got to put the chocolate on. You still got to put the graham cracker. This is a science here. Like you got to figure this out. If you burn the marshmallow, it melts. It ruins the whole thing.
So golden brown, right? Golden
brown. Yeah.
All right, Joanna, how about you? How do you like your
agree.
marshmallow?
I agree. I don't like it burnt. It's not even like a marshmallow. Then it's like I don't know what it's like. It's crispy. It's
blah.
It's crispy, right? It's crispy.
Sorry, not you, crispy bacon.
Big B, how about you?
No, you're
I got it. I mean, I don't mind it golden brown, but you know, most of the time I'm getting it burnt. I like the little crunch to it, but speaking of s'mores, now typical s'mores are graham cracker, chocolate,
Oh, yeah.
right? So one of
marshmallow.
Marshmallow in the middle. So one of my wife's aunts came up from West Virginia. They go, "Oh, you guys got to do it this way." We're like, "What do you mean?" They had the chocolate cookie rings that the graham cracker and chocolate are together. You know, that we used to stick on our fingers and eat. You know those?
Yeah.
And they put them in together. And it's just like, hey, that's not too bad of an idea. You know, you got the chocolate graham together, saves a little bit of money. I mean, it's not traditional, so we called them redneck s'mores.
So last year we actually had a gourmet s'mores party. I forgot about that. And you put things like Reese's peanut butter cups in instead of a chocolate bar or Kit Kats. And there's this recipe out there on the internet for all different types of s'mores, caramels and things like that. So you should try that sometime. Mixed it up and it was really fun. The kids really liked it. It's a little bit different.
Okay.
All right, so some other comments we have here. Isaiah saying, "Me and Adam have something cooking. Stay tuned. It's huge." So
Just don't burn the water, Isaiah.
You can wait for that announcement pretty soon, and trust me, it deals nothing with Isaiah cooking because that would be really, really bad. And then I'm saying, "Hey, she's here. She's watching it on the phone. She's actually currently laying down in the bedroom right now after her surgery. So." She's definitely
get better, Amy.
Feel better.
And then Randy saying, "OMG." That was the comment from you, Joanna, when you were talking about the fun in the outhouse. That was a comment from you. Chrissy Wilson saying the same thing. I'm saying it's got to be golden brown. Isaiah saying burnt. And then it comes back to the whole I don't have any fun camping stories coming from Randy. But speaking of that, when you go camping, what is your favorite type of food besides the s'mores? Because we all know that we like to eat s'mores. So think about the perfect camping food that you like. Because we all know when we go camping, like my family, I don't know about you guys, but we bring so much food and cook so much food that you cannot go hungry because we have food sitting out all day long. Steaks, hot dogs, hamburgers, lunch meat. I mean, everything. So, John, I'll kick this off with you. What is your favorite camping food?
Well, I got to be careful what it is because sometimes the bathroom isn't that close, and that relates to a camping story that I told y'all, and I can't believe I did that. I mean, hamburgers are one. I don't care if it's for breakfast, so I'll have me some s'mores and a root beer or something. Like that's the thing with camping. You get versus like if you're at home, I'm gonna have this for breakfast. But of course, you definitely gotta have some bacon. I know I'm not saying it because you're Nate, but who doesn't like bacon, especially in the morning? I don't know what y'all prefer, how y'all cook it. I can't cook, but at least I don't burn frozen fish sticks. Isaiah, more I don't know. Well, we have all kinds of food. It's hard to really pick. To be honest, I don't know if I sound like Gen Z or I don't do camping that much anymore. But I think definitely hamburgers or stuff. But I don't want to eat too much because again, the bathroom is sometimes like we're camping here, and the bathroom's over there. So unless you're ready to run faster than Isaiah's takes, you really just gotta be careful.
Round table, roasting Isaiah. All right.
So we're getting a lot of comments about, the typical food about, chicken and hot dogs and hamburgers and even chicken wings and steaks, eggs, pancakes, bacon, your typical food like that. So Joanna, what is your favorite camping food?
My favorite one is we like to have sausage and peppers. We have a spicy Italian sausage. We really like that. And then, we have it we have it all the time. It's great on the grill with a nice roll. It's perfect.
And it sounds good. I'm
Really?
craving that, man. I already ate dinner. That does sound good.
Yeah.
I've never thought about
Isaiah's
that.
even saying chili. I mean,
Chili,
I
you're
get
camping on a hot day.
Dude, think about it. The
But it
pepperons
also
at a camping
depends
site
on the
are way
chili.
over here. I told you on my camping story. If I had chili, man, I would have had to walk home that day. No, you don't do chili at a
But
camping.
it also depends on the chili, like
Look,
chili you put on a hot dog or
because think about it. If
like
you have a
spicy
campfire, if you have a campfire and you're eating chili, you really need to be careful there, buddy. That's a fire hazard.
So let me clarify this to you, Randy. You're saying you had your first rare cooked pork steak. It was not a pork steak. It was a beef steak, and it was a good old fashioned like ribeye steak. And Randy had never had a medium rare to rare steak, and I said, "Let me cook you one." And he tried it, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, this is delicious. The flavor's still there." I'm like, "Absolutely. If you actually cook steak and you keep it rare or medium rare, they're so good. You don't want to make it well done because it ruins the
Can't do
flavor.
rare.
Yeah,
It ruins the flavor when it's well done."
You get medium rare. If anything other than that, you're betraying, man. You got to like if you do rare, you might as well just.
I mean, I could do medium, medium well or something. But yeah, I can't. My wife loves it very rare, and I can't do it.
I've always said the best way to cook a steak is to find a cow, knock its horns off, wipe its butt, put it on the pan, go
But you
1,
have to
2, 3,
shoot it
4,
first,
5,
'cause what
flip
if
it
it
over on
runs?
the other side, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pull that bad boy off, poke it, make sure it's still mooing, and then eat the steak.
You have to.
Ace,
you have to shoot it
you gotta
first,
come.
though.
You gotta come to Minnesota because you and my wife would get along so well when it goes to steaks.
Dude, because
That's how
if the
she likes
cow
it.
goes moo and I'm eating it, you clearly didn't shoot it with enough bullets because you guys shoot it like old Yeller. Unlike this, but it's a cow.
So Big B, I don't think you ever said what was your favorite actual camping.
I mean, actually, everybody's covered them. I mean, if you're by a lake, I mean, a good fish out of the water, if somebody could cut it up and fry it up right there. I mean, that's always good too. I mean, that's true camping, but burgers, hot dogs, steaks, whatever anybody brings. I mean, I'm a big guy. I'm going to eat most of anything somebody brings. So,
Well, I think you would have loved it this past weekend because we had steaks, we had steaks, pork steaks, hot dogs, hamburgers.
Sounds so good.
We had potato salad, macaroni salad, fruit salad, and we just kept cooking all day because we had so much food. Crispy bacon, besides bacon, because I think everybody loves bacon. What is your favorite camping food?
I like the bacon, the sausage, all of that. But I remember going to one camp out and they had like chicken burritos, chicken tortillas,
Really?
and then some. I think we made some ice cream the old-fashioned way with the, like they
churn?
did back then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
Oh, I know one thing.
What's
We
that?
made a jambalaya with some spicy sausage. Pretty good.
ooh.
that sounds good.
And what is Randy with spaghetti? Come on.
Yes, because Randy's talking about how we even
I'm
made
camping. Come on,
spaghetti.
spaghetti. I'm camping. Oh, Randy.
Yes.
Do you make?
And my mom is even watching the show tonight, and she's saying that, I'm not a big steak person, but when I do, I don't like the bloody part. A little pink is okay. And then she's
Yeah.
also saying way too much food this past weekend. If anybody went away hungry, it was their fault. Absolutely true. I mean, we just had so much food; it was freaking ridiculous. We probably could have fed the whole campground. We had so much food.
Nice. All right, we know where the C2C MI6 holiday party is going to be. Out with Ace. All right.
Oh,
Let's say
absolutely.
Ace, if y'all couldn't get that much food, then do you cater here to Houston for my birthday this year? Because I'll pay. I mean,
Sure, why
all
not?
these different.
I'll
Oh,
cook
you're
you the
down in
perfect
Houston?
steak.
I didn't know that, John.
No, I'm moving to Houston. My brother
you're
moved down
moving.
there, so I moved for my parents. So if Ace is cooking that much food, I figured to send some this way. Well, then that would be much appreciated.
That's right. MI6, C2C, camping. That sounds fun. Nice camping expedition.
That might sound trouble.
That
At
very
least we
well
know-
might
No,
sound-
not with Isaiah though. He would literally go find a way to burn the water in the hot dogs, and you would hear and be like, Isaiah, what happened? Well,
And if there's golfing involved, we know Randy will be in the woods looking for the golf balls.
Well, didn't Jason said it's gonna be the C2C retreat next year and his July 4th camping weekend. He said he's gonna arrange that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we were definitely. Yeah, that was something that we were talking about. But the place that he's talking about, it's a very, very small town. That I think if it's gonna do that, it's got to be definitely somewhere definitely bigger, like a Laverne Park or something like that. Because right now, the place we're talking about is Powers, Oregon, and the town probably has roughly about maybe tops 400 people in the entire town.
Wow.
But they have an excellent campground. But anyways,
we can put the place on the map. We'll right. We can get into a little debauchery and change the scenery, change the landscape.
I think we might have more people in our campsite than we actually do in the whole entire town. Just saying. But so tonight, I also planned another little game called Fact or Crap.
Ooh.
And so I'm just going to ask you a question. You tell me whether you think it's fact or crap. And Chris, I'm
Yes.
going to go ahead and I'm going to start out with you. Is this fact or crap? Elvis did a TV ad for a donut. Is that fact or crap?
More than likely, that's a fact.
That is a fact. Good job. You did get it right. All right. Big B, this one comes to you. Celine Dion was named for a Canadian Prime Minister.
God, they do a lot of funny things up there. I'll go fact on that one. That's up to.
You're going to go fact?
Yeah, I'll go fact.
That's actually crap. I'm sorry.
I figured. Why not?
All right, Joanne. Oh, what a coincidence. She gets the sport question.
All right.
Hey,
A team from Seattle has won hockey Stanley Cup.
I'll
Is
say
that-
crap. I'll say crap.
You're going to say crap,
I'm gonna say it.
and that is correct. Crap.
All right. I'm getting to be a sports maven now. Would you doubted me?
All right. Let's go to John here. The word paparazzi literally means crazy fly.
that is bullshit.
That is bullshit. Yes, that is the correct answer.
Come on, paparazzi. No, at least it's not like Farfanugan or any of those other words.
Hey, Farfanugan, those were some fun words.
Some of those words, oh boy.
Didn't make sense.
All right. So, Crispy Bacon, this one comes back to you. The glue on Israeli postage stamps is certified kosher.
What was it?
The glue on Israeli postage stamps is certified kosher.
I'm thinking crap.
It's actually fact.
Oh.
It's actually fact. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, Big B. NASA beamed the Beatles song across the universe to Polaris.
You go.
He just got beamed to Polaris. Okay. So, all right. So, Joanne, I guess this one comes to you. NASA beamed the Beatles song across the universe to Polaris.
I'll say fact.
Here it comes.
You got it right. It is fact.
I'm sorry, guys. My internet's just acting up. So,
Uh-oh.
Just like the Vikings in the playoffs.
yep, exactly. Acting up.
Oh, got it. All
Hey,
right.
I can't disagree with them.
So, Big B, then this
Yeah.
question actually comes to you then. A talking Barbie once complained math is hard.
A talking Barbie?
A talking Barbie.
I hate to say this, I know this answer.
Yeah.
I was like, I know
I've worked
this
with kids, so calm down.
Okay. Well, since John said that, I'll go fact. I was going to say crap, but I'll go fact.
It is a fact. It is a fact.
All right, John. No.
That was my
Yeah.
answer. I knew I don't play with Barbies. My gosh, but I worked with kids and kids.
So before I got kicked off, what was the question you were going to ask, Ace?
The question that I was going to actually ask you was NASA beamed the Beatles song across the universe to Polaris.
Okay, I'll go fact on that. I didn't hear the answer, so.
It is fact.
Oh, okay.
But all right, John, this is your question. Nelson Mandela's old jail cell is now a tourist attraction.
That is true.
Mhm.
You got it right. All right, last two questions. Crispy Bacon, this one goes to you. The U.S. Marines were founded in a Philadelphia tavern.
I want to say fact.
No, it's actually crap. It's
was
actually
Dallas.
crap.
Yeah.
And then, Joanne, you get the last one. The word Chihuahua means fearsome lizard dog in the Aztec language.
I'm gonna say fact.
And it is the correct answer. It is a fact. It means fearsome lizard dog.
Fearsome lizard dog. All right.
What kind of dog do you have?
That thing
A
can even
fearsome
scare
lizard
like
dog?
a cricket. Like what?
Yeah, it's a freaking Chihuahua, man. Like, have any of you owned a Chihuahua?
I mean, I've only seen
No,
it
I
on
have
Toy
a
Story.
aunt that has a
That's it.
chihuahua.
All those suckers
Yeah, I've
do is sit there. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's all they legitimately do is just sit there and bark. Hey, I don't know. Do you got Chris? Do you
How
have
many-
a favorite
Yeah.
type? Huh? Oh, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say how many people you think tried to get their dog to say no keto Taco Bell when that stupid commercial started
Oh,
coming
I
out?
remember that commercial.
That would be cool. Or think about this: if somebody owned a duck, and it was
Aflac.
like the Aflac duck, right? Walk around saying Aflac.
Do you know who actually is the voice of that?
Of the Aflac duck?
Yes,
I have no idea.
Gilbert
Oh.
Gottfried,
Who?
Yes.
comedian.
Gottfried.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh,
He's
of course I knew that. Yeah.
no, I've heard that one too, but I couldn't remember his name. I'm trying to think of what other shows he's on. So
He's had a few. But as
yeah.
far as
He had a few.
type of dogs, I like all types. I used to have a Yorkie when I was little.
Yorkie.
Mhm.
I've always wanted a pug.
Oh, pugs are awesome. We had one, and unfortunately, a couple years ago, she passed away. So
Uh,
those are fun dogs. I like it.
Randy's saying that he's. I can't really see that. He's logo on Aladdin. Oh,
Oh yes.
oh,
Yeah,
Iago.
she's
Gilbert
the,
Gottfried.
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Randy's logo on Aladdin. We know.
Yeah, he is. He's logo on Aladdin. In his Dilbert pants. Okay, so anyway.
Wearing a Randy Orton t-shirt.
It's still not as bad as Homer Simpson pajama pants. We're good.
Yeah.
Yes, Mom, we did have Snowball, and she was a pug, and she actually lived for I think it was 14 or 15 years.
Yep.
Very, very old dog.
Oh, yeah.
And Amy was saying Peyton with the duck. Now that was funny. That was when she's talking about Peyton Manning. I don't know if you ever saw Peyton Manning with the Aflac duck, but it was kind of funny. It was when he hosted the ESPYs.
Oh, okay.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It was hilarious.
I'll have to
with,
look that up.
with
I
the
don't
Aflac
remember that,
duck.
but yeah, I'll have to look
He
that
was
up.
actually he was roasting people because the Aflac duck got a front row seat, and Peyton Manning's like, I want to know how did the Aflac duck get a better seat than half these people here?
Oh, wow.
Him and Steve Harvey should host one of those one year just to roast everybody. It's hilarious. He roasted Kevin Durant that one year.
Kevin Durant. Yes, that was the same year with the Aflac duck. When Peyton roasted Kevin Durant, same year with the Aflac duck.
Okay.
It made Westbrook very uncomfortable, but it was hilarious.
All right. So my question goes back to food because I know we all love food. So Joanne, this one comes to you first, since I'm sure have you cooked a lot of food in your life?
I have.
Do you cook most of your meals at your house?
I do.
All right. What would you say is the best thing you've ever made?
I can make a lot of things, but I make the most popular thing probably in this house is I make a great homemade macaroni and cheese.
Ooh.
What?
Oh.
What kind?
Velveeta.
What
Velveeta?
kind? No. What
no,
kind is it,
Velveeta.
Joanne?
Well, it's got a lot of just everything. I put 3 or 4 different kinds of cheese in, cream, butter.
Oh, are we?
Okay, when is the
Is it
next
for delivery?
get together for Coast to Coast? We're gonna go to Joanne's to have homemade mac and cheese. That sounds good.
Oh.
So anytime we have a party, somebody in my family requests it. I just made a big batch on Saturday. So
Oh.
you're gonna have to come to New York. I can't bring my cooking. You guys are gonna have to come to me. I throw
Oh,
a
they
mean
make
party.
frozen. They make frozen compartments to deliver in. I mean,
Yeah, there's
All right,
something
I'm
called
gonna-
like shipping and delivering. We'll pay that. It's not a problem.
All right, I'll look
Yes.
into it. I'll look into it.
So Christy's saying that love mac and cheese, and she likes to make it with the chopped up ham. I think a lot of people
Really, I've never thought of it. I've always thought
you've
about
never actually
bacon.
have chopped up
Oh.
ham and mac and cheese.
No, I
before?
usually would do bacon, but I never thought about it that way.
I don't think I've had it with bacon either.
oh, bacon's awesome in there.
Sometimes I put tomatoes in. That's good too. There's a little bit of taste, a little bit of a different texture.
On tomatoes.
If you put tomatoes in the mac and cheese, that's great too. My mother always made it like that.
Actually, I don't think I've tried that.
Oh.
This weekend, when people we're talking about food, and somebody mentioned how they like to put ketchup on green beans and peas and mashed potatoes.
Who said that,
And-
Randy?
That was Randy. I was trying not to name names, but he was the one that was coming out saying that he liked ketchup on all this stuff.
I used to do that when I was little.
Randy, no, this is like Isaiah with Bucks and Six. You're never gonna hear the end of this. You put ketchup on your green beans. Randy, I can't do it.
So Isaiah's saying mac and cheese and Spam. So
Yes!
really Spam? No.
Ew.
No.
Do you know
No.
you
Actual-
need
Hey,
to
Minnesota
literally
is
get.
the home of the Spam Museum. That is.
It is.
Wait, are
Oh,
you
yeah.
proud of that? Because you don't
You
have
like
any Super
it?
Bowl rings?
Oh, Spam is awesome. Fried up,
Oh.
mac and cheese, fried up egg
It
sandwiches.
literally smells
Yes.
like rotten cat food.
I haven't had it
Oh.
in years. I don't even remember it. I'm gonna have
It looks
to.
like no, that legally should not
The
be
smell,
counted as
this,
food.
yo,
I've smelled it. It
I'll
smells
get
like
you the
cat
smell. The smell. The
Bro, I
smell,
smell
yeah.
worse smells than Spam, but Spam is pretty close up there.
No,
Spam is
Spam-
pretty bad. Spam's pretty bad.
Oh.
I'm not lying.
Oh.
Like Spam is one of those things.
What? No,
that
it is.
absolutely-
It
it's
is one thing
horrible.
that you either like it or you don't. There's no in between. Like, well, it depends on if it's made this way or whatever. If you
You
don't
would
like
have
it, you
to-
don't like it. So
You couldn't pay me $1 million. I would reject the money and just go hungry.
And of course, the one
I would
guy,
take the money. I would definitely take the money for a little bit of Spam. I'd rough it out.
to eat the Spam, you would take
For,
all right.
for $1 million, I would do
Well,
it.
yeah, well, okay,
Yeah.
so to go that
Well-
far, yeah, Spam for $1 million, absolutely. I would do that one in a heartbeat. You want to pay me $1 million to eat Spam? Sure, what the heck? I will go for that all day. Absolutely.
Just be careful what you say because of the fantasy football thing.
You know what?
Oh,
though?
it's okay. Ace is gonna
Not
lose
that I
against
would
me
do
anyway,
that,
so I
but
really
I'm
don't
saying.
care. Ace got nothing.
But to go
Ace
back
is
with,
Ace in fantasy football is gonna be like Packers in the NFC Championship game. You're out of here.
but this is what you have to remember, John. I don't have to win. I just can't finish last.
You will finish last, just like the Packers in Super Bowl. Oh,
Because-
dude, I was in
because-
7th grade then.
Because this is what I'm saying. Like all I have to do is either beat you, Isaiah, or Trevor, or Tim, somebody who's in this. All I have to do is beat one of you guys, and that's it.
It's not hard to beat Isaiah when he said Drew Lock would MVP last year, so it's really not that hard to beat Isaiah.
Exactly. So that's my
So,
point.
That's
So
pretty
we're
low
talking
for
about
fantasy
spam. So, and Chris, to talk about the
Yeah.
spam though on pizza, I guess spam is probably not like the worst topping that you could think of.
No.
There's other bad toppings that you could possibly think of.
Pepper and
Anchovies.
onions.
But we're talking about
Pizza.
this horrible spam and it's nasty.
That's,
But anyway,
So don't forget, Ace. You do have a shot because I'm in the fantasy football. So.
no, but
It's a
no,
side
what
bet.
I'm talking, what I'm talking about though
The
is
bet,
that the
the
people who
Twinkies?
made the bet, the people
Yes.
who made the bet, I have to finish ahead of one of them.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if you heard what our bet actually is.
I
Oh,
did.
yeah.
I was watching that show, the Twinkies
yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, the Twinkies and all that stuff.
Dude,
So
that's doable. Twinkies on pizza is doable compared to spam and pizza. I would rather go hungry for 2 weeks than eat.
so
whatever you
you
wanna
would
call that.
rather have a Twinkie on a pizza than spam on a pizza.
Yeah, because spam smells like rotten cat food. At least Twinkie is somewhat. It has some flavor to it, unlike whatever you want to call spam. Like I've never said to somebody, "Hey, let's have some spam for dinner. Let's go cook some spam on the grill or fry." I've never heard somebody say that in my life.
Oh.
So Asher Gills here saying hello everyone. So hello, how you doing tonight? Welcome to Roundtable. Welcome. If you've never seen Roundtable, I think you'll really enjoy it. We kind of kick back, relax. We talk about various topics. And then, of course, we have Isaiah who's saying, can't wait for John to put chili on the pizza. So he's already calling you out. Saying,
I mean, Isaiah,
saying
you said
chili.
it'd be a cakewalk in fantasy basketball, and you went in last place. So good luck.
And then Nate saying, I love onions on pizza. I mean, I think a lot of people actually
I mean,
eat onions on pizza.
It
That's
would
not.
have to be the right toppings with the onions. I could put like chicken, all that. Oh, yeah, I can
Bacon.
with that. Bacon, yes, with
Bacon
onions would be
cheeseburger.
great. Mm-hmm.
Chili and spam. Oh, great. Isaiah's going chili and spam.
Oh,
Here we
Okay,
go
he's
again.
going full Higgins. And Isaiah, for your birthday, you're getting Higgins or Huggies diapers
Oh.
sent to your address. You're welcome.
Oh, do we
my
have that so we
goodness.
can all send them prank gifts?
Actually, I'll get his address, and actually, you can if you want. Once I get his address, go ahead.
All
So,
right.
This is getting rough. This is getting rough. Woo. Oh man, Isaiah, you're killing me with this, with the whole spam thing, man. Spam,
I don't
ugh,
know.
killing me. But all right, you know we heard what Joanne really cooks good. She cooks her macaroni and cheese good. Joanne, you're making me want some macaroni and cheese now. You're
Mhm.
making me really want to try that. So if
might
you
need
want to
get
make
that
some,
recipe.
go ahead and ship it over here.
I
You
will.
know, yeah.
I'll think about it. I'm gonna send it out there for Amy. Probably needs it. She needs a break.
She does. Well, she's out of work for 2 weeks, so
Okay.
she needs that break. All right, crispy bacon. I'm guessing you like bacon. That's your favorite.
Dude,
thing
but
to
I make,
First
okay,
off-
I make, I make
First
a
off,
good
do you
pork chop.
cook?
Yes, I
Do
do.
you cook? Okay.
Yes,
bacon.
I make that too. I also make a good pork chop.
Oh, that's good.
So when's the pork chop in the mail now?
Let's see.
It's in
My
the
birthday's
mail.
coming up, so if you want to send me the recipe for that, that would be wonderful. A great way to celebrate my 24th.
Oh,
Absolutely.
that sounds really good. John, how about you?
I'm more of I try to bake, but one time I embarrassed myself, so I don't bake. You wouldn't be traumatized, but it's more of I guess steak or hamburgers or occasionally maybe some just some type of chicken for the most part.
Are you as bad as Isaiah?
Nobody could be as bad as Isaiah.
Oh well,
If you want to
no,
compare
no.
his cooking to Pluto, because it's out of this world, it's ridiculous.
That is actually false. Randy is actually pretty bad at cooking too.
How?
And
How
he'll
can he
tell
be
you
worse than
he's-
burnt water? Like, how is it
He'll
possible
tell
to
you
burn
he's
water?
just as bad as cooking. He will tell you that.
Is this as bad as his golf game? How is it worse than burnt water? Like, I don't understand. Isaiah, you eat eggs and hot dogs for dinner, and you put your chairs in front of the door because you're afraid intruders are going to come in because your parents are gone for 5 days. So, thank you.
So
Okay.
Isaiah's saying Secret Santa Troll Edition. Who's down?
Ooh, I got one.
Ooh.
So, if we're going to do that, one of
Uh-huh.
us, and you can't say who, will give a fake address, and the address would be to like some random restaurant or some random place. So, when they get it, it's something like toilet paper, something really stupid. Like, I don't know where this came from, but it'd be, oh, it's from Isaiah or from
Crazy.
Randy or
Crazy. We also
Return.
we have Isaiah who's basically calling out John by saying, "You don't cook, you order Buffalo Wild Wings. Like you cook."
dude, you burnt frozen fish sticks. I don't know how that is possible. And you had hot dogs and eggs for breakfast. You said you would eat that every day.
And Christy
I mean-
Wilson, thank you for bringing that up. Isaiah does practically
Thank
live off
you.
McDonald's.
No
He shows
kidding.
pictures every morning on Facebook.
The employees
saying,
know
"This is
him
my
by
first
his
meal."
name. That's how much he goes there. And apparently they have the best
No.
coffee out there.
Oh, that's gross.
That's according to him. So
Speaking
don't
of
love
that,
me.
who here likes coffee?
I drink it.
Gotta love coffee.
I've actually never even tried coffee.
Oh wow!
Really?
Really.
Wow, this
Wow.
is really learning something new.
You know what? This is why we do Roundtable, because we get to
Yeah.
learn stuff new about you. So you've never been tempted, like you've never gotten up and been like, you have the aroma of coffee and you're like, I gotta try it.
I hate the aroma of coffee. When I was a kid, my parents always used to go out for coffee, which really meant they were just going out to sit around and smoke at the diner. And I always just associated with that, them drinking the coffee and smoking. I hated the smell of all that. And I was always had an adverse aversion to it. I never tried. And then once I tried coffee ice cream and I didn't care for it. So I'm like, I'm never trying coffee. So I never have.
Man, I don't blame
Never
you if you're associated with that. I get it.
So let me ask you this, guys, for you coffee drinkers, because I know how I feel about it when I pull up to order a coffee, and it doesn't matter if it's like a Starbucks, a Dutch Bros, or a mom and pop shop or whatever, and they're like, "What can I get for you?" And I'm like, "I want a coffee," and they say, "Okay, what time? What type?" And I'm like, "A human cup of coffee." And what I mean by that is it's got to be a hot coffee. When I think of coffee, it's got to be hot. I can't stand that mushy, cold, freaking ice
You don't like
foo-foo
cold brew?
drinks. Yeah, the foo-foo drinks. Yeah, I can't do it. It's got to be a human cup of coffee. I don't know. How do you
No,
guys like
it-
your
I can
coffee?
go either way.
It
I mean,
depends.
depending on I guess how the weather is or something.
Like there is a white girl coffee drink during the or like teenager drink during the fall time. But if I was getting up really early, like 4:30 to help set up and tear down my old church, it would be 6 shots of espresso, a caramel latte with a little bit of other coffee on top. But that was only once a week. But it just depends on what you're like in the mood. If I was doing the night shift, yeah, it would have to be like a big thing with hot black coffee. Just because again, you're working the night shift, then that's absolutely the worst.
Yes, Randy, that's right. I did say it, foo-foo. That's what it is. You always show up with that.
Spell that for me,
foo-foo crap.
please. Foo-foo.
Foo-foo. It's that foo-foo coffee. That's not even a human cup of coffee. I need a human cup of coffee that actually has
Okay.
freaking caffeine.
If I want something that, first of all, they have a s'mores one too, so thank you. I get that they're very diabetes, but they're not too bad.
Mm. It's like it's got so much freaking sugar in it.
Yeah, that's a lot of sugar.
It's so loaded with freaking sugar. It's crazy.
Your
And
kids
yes,
would love it.
And yes, Mom, thanks for throwing that out there. She says, I do know a lot about coffee. I used to be a barista. I actually managed a coffee shop for about 4 years. So when it comes to coffee, I am a connoisseur when it comes to coffee. I'm very, very picky about my coffee. I know pretty much how the coffee's made. I know what's in them. And so I'm very, very picky about it.
So we learned something new about you.
Oh,
We learned a lot of
absolutely.
new things tonight.
Oh, absolutely. That's why we enjoy the roundtable. Yeah, it's just one of the things. Like when it comes to it, it's just I don't know something about coffee and foo drinks. So we also have a comment from William Hudson who's saying, "True story. I was in Indianapolis at a convention and went into a Starbucks, and the only lady working there couldn't make a hot black coffee."
What?
Only cold coffees.
You just have to
Exactly.
press the button and go.
Wow.
Yeah, but the thing is right now in this world today, we're so built on these foo drinks, on these foo-foos and cold coffees that it's like you go in there and say, "I want a human cup of coffee." Wait, what's that? A human cup of coffee, freaking black coffee.
Okay,
Take
you
it from
sound
the
like a
coffee
boomer
pot,
and you're
pour it
only
up.
in your 30s.
What?
You sound like a boomer. Like I get it. Okay, I will
Because
admit though.
it's all changed. It's all changed.
Okay, you sound like what's his name, Paul Rudd from one of those movies back in the day. But first of all, I will admit this. I don't care if you roast me or not. I do like a pumpkin spice or eggnog latte during the holidays. I don't care what you say. Those are really good.
But I kind of see what you're saying, Ace,
Yeah.
in that they change it up so much.
They do. There's definitely a lot.
They do.
Yeah.
They really, really do. Half the time when I was a barista, so when I kind of wanted to start getting out of the barista game was when after like 3 years of doing it, going into my 4th year, people would walk up and be like, "Well, can I have this?" And I'm like, "What in the?" I'm like, "What is that? I don't even know what that is." And like, "Oh, it's brand new." And I'm like, "Well." I don't know what it is. Like, well, this place, okay, that's fine. That place makes it. They keep up with all the hip upcoming drinks or whatever. That's crazy. So at that point, it's like, yeah, it's time to get out of it and go with the plain black coffee, maybe some tea. Absolutely,
Just something standard. Something.
something standard. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so we have William Hudson, who's also saying Bronson Schultz, one of my admins, was literally with me and can vouch that this happened. I was shocked. And he's talking about they didn't know how to make the black coffee.
Hot coffee, jeez.
Insane. That's like going to an A&W and asking for root beer and then being out of root beer.
Yeah, that'd be a pain.
Or going to Subway and wanting to order a sandwich and Subway being out of bread.
Oh, that's happened here.
True.
Yes, Randy Cox, that is true. I really like my coffee. He makes my coffee every morning when I come into work. He actually does. The
Oh,
first
what
thing
a
I
good
do,
butler.
the first thing that happens when I walk in the doors, I'm like, "Randy, do you have my coffee?" And he's like, "Yes, it's making right now. It's brewing, or it's already done." So he has it going for me when I get there.
What else does he do for you at work? Because it seems like that he cleans your shoes, or like what else does he do?
No. He's just a nice guy like that. He works on graveyards. I need my coffee in the morning, so he
Mhm.
helps me out.
We've all worked. Oh, I don't know about you. I've worked graveyards, so
Yeah, I have
coffee is
too.
a much need. And the graveyard is the worst. You need a bunch of coffee, and hopefully you could just get like a. I don't know. Just chug it if you can.
Unicorn
Yeah.
Frappuccino? What?
What?
Yeah, there was a thing a couple years ago. I think it's on
yeah.
TikTok or Instagram. Like you mix a couple of things and it made this unicorn. I never tried it because I have my sanity. I drink a lot of these, maybe some Starbucks sometimes.
Ugh.
Randy said he's very thoughtful. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Hey
Randy.
Randy, can you give me a Jerry Rice jersey, but not the quarterback version though?
No, you're getting the quarterback version. That's
Well,
that's what
see,
you're
I've
getting.
heard rumors by listening to the show that if Ace doesn't get his coffee, he goes from nice Ace to a very grumpy Ace. Is that true, Ace?
That is actually true. That is
So
very,
you turn
very
into
true.
Aaron Rodgers before training camp here? Without the coffee, or what happens?
If I don't get my coffee, I get very, very angry. If I don't
Now,
have
what's
my
the
coffee.
time frame from the time you get up to the time you have to have your coffee?
Well, I get pretty busy in the morning at my house, so I don't really get a chance to actually drink coffee here. So I generally, if I don't have my coffee within 2 hours, it's a bad
Ooh.
morning.
Dude, about 5 minutes, I'll get one of these, chug half, and I'm good to go. Maybe get some Starbucks, depending on what you're doing.
Okay.
All right. Well, so it's just about that time because we know what's coming on next is Sports Minute. That's coming right on after this. We're reaching the very end of Roundtable here, so we'll go around the table one more time. Any final thoughts or any story you want to tell? Crispy Bacon, I'll start with you.
Thank you guys for watching, interacting with the show. We all enjoy that. Make sure to tune in to Sports Minute coming up, and make sure to tune in to the network for all of our other shows.
All right. Joanne, this one comes to you.
I just want to say thanks for having me, guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in. As always, I learned a lot of great things about everybody tonight. It makes me just love you all the more. So thanks for having me, and thanks everybody.
Yeah, no problem. We enjoyed having you here. We don't know what day it's going to be on next week, so we don't know who's going to be on. It's going to kind of rotate every week, so you'll see some new people. John, any final remaining thoughts?
Well, couple of weeks, I'll see if I come back tomorrow. But it is very awkward today on MI6, as I told you earlier, doing a solo show. Didn't plan to, but like I said, the comments are definitely appreciated. And Ace, are you ready to cramp your pants? Because I'm about to beat the living out of you in fantasy football this year.
Well, we'll definitely see it.
And when I beat you, you're gonna have to get those adult diapers.
Ooh,
You'll be crying like a baby.
Is there another event here on the side that we don't know about, or?
I'm just saying this randomly, just a trash talk. It's all good and fun.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
All right. So, Big B, any last remaining thoughts?
No, I mean, interacting with the guests or the viewers is always fun, and we learned a lot about them, learned a lot about Joanne and myself today. And 20, 30 minutes from now, we'll be having Sports Minute, so tune into that.
Yeah, whoever would have thought that Joanne's never tried coffee? I never would have thunk it, to be perfectly honest.
I want Joanne's recipe for mac and cheese. That's all.
Right.
I'm thinking about some crispy pieces on top. But before we go, Isaiah said this league is going to be a cakewalk for him. So I screenshotted that comment so he can't say anything later.
Good. You can save that. And so with that, I do want to thank everybody for watching again. And yes, Randy Cock, cakewalk to last place. Absolutely.
Just like your Cowboys next year, Randy.
It'll be a cakewalk to last place for you. So with that, I hope everybody has a fantastic night, and you can catch us right after this for an episode of Sports Minute. So stay tuned, and we'll see you then.